Today, Roloff's arrest. The untold story behind the headlines. Why did it happen? I will explain everything. Matt Roloff, a man who once captivated millions with his inspiring journey on Little People, Big World, a loving father, entrepreneur, and reality TV star, someone who seemed to have it all. But what happens when someone we admire falls from grace? A public arrest, shocking allegations, and a story that made headlines for all the wrong reasons. This is the untold story behind Matt Roloff's arrest. In 2003, Matt Roloff made the headlines for all the wrong reasons, an arrest for DUI, driving under the influence. A shocking moment for fans who had watched him overcome so many obstacles. But what really happened that night? On that fateful night, Roloff's vehicle was seen swerving off the road, and it ended up in a ditch. What seemed like an isolated incident turned into a media frenzy. The DUI charges loomed large, but what followed was a twist that many didn't see coming. After Matt's arrest, he entered an alcohol diversion program. The charges were eventually dropped after he completed the program. But the question remained, was this just a mistake, or was there something deeper going on? Despite his past struggles, Matt's arrest opened a door to a story that many were unaware of, his battles, both on and off camera. What led to this moment, and how did it affect the Roloff family? The media had a field day. Headlines screamed, fans speculated, and every detail of Matt's life seemed to be under a magnifying glass. But here's the thing, how much of what was reported was actually true? Media outlets love a good scandal, but with Matt, there's more to the story than just a single arrest. Behind every headline, there's a human being, a family, and the pressure of living under a public spotlight, constantly scrutinized, can take its toll. As Matt navigated this public storm, the weight of the situation also landed heavily on his family. Amy, his ex-wife, and their children had their own reactions. Their personal lives were being dissected, torn apart by rumors, and Matt was right in the center of it all. The Roloff family had built an empire, not just on TV, but also on the love and unity they showcased to the world. But when personal issues collide with public life, things change. For Matt, this DUI arrest wasn't just an isolated event. It was the beginning of a new chapter. Matt has always been open about his challenges with his height, his marriage, and his role as a father. But the arrest marked a turning point. For the first time, Matt wasn't just the resilient, determined man we saw on TV. He was someone dealing with real-world consequences of his actions. But here's where the story gets interesting. Matt Roloff didn't let his past define him. He learned from his mistakes and worked to rebuild. His journey wasn't just about fighting for his family, it was about fighting for himself. Matt's story is not just about a mistake he made. It's about redemption, growth, and the power of second chances. The world saw him fall, but what we often forget is that every fall comes with the chance to rise again. So, why did Matt Roloff get arrested? Was it a lapse in judgment? Or was it a consequence of the pressures he was facing? The truth is, it's not just about a DUI. It's about a man who is trying to juggle the complexities of fame, family, and personal demons. At the end of the day, we are all human. Matt Roloff is no exception. His arrest was a turning point, but it was also an opportunity for growth. And while the media loves to focus on the negative, Matt's journey shows us that mistakes don't define us. It's how we rise from them that truly matters. Matt Roloff may have faced public scrutiny, but today he stands strong, having learned valuable lessons that are far more important than any headline. His story is a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there's always a path forward, a chance to grow, rebuild, and start anew. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Share your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of Matt's journey? We love to hear from you. More update. Matt Roloff is petrified his relationship with fiancée Karen Chandler could change when they get married. Little People, Big World star, although Matt Roloff and his fiancée Karen Chandler are eager to spend the rest of their lives together, it's likely that they are reconsidering their marriage. The 62-year-old Matt revealed to his pals, including his ex-wife Amy's husband Chris Merrick, on the most recent episode of the well-liked TLC program that he is petrified about getting married again. Even though the reality star claimed that he doesn't see himself with anybody other than Karen, he continued by expressing anxiety that their relationship may change when they get married. Matt talked about how petrified he is of getting married during a relaxed evening at his log cabin. His friend Ty remarked that he looks scared because it's working so well at the moment. The reality star revealed that he and his fiancée, whom he proposed to in April of last year, have discussed feeling afraid that their dynamic could alter. "We have the whole don't fix what's not broke mentality," Matt stated. "We have the entire thing running. Not that we're against the institution of marriage. We both enjoy it and have been married. But do we really need to do that?" I said. The 56-year-old Roloff Farms entrepreneur explained that he and Karen are simply relishing their engagement day by day at the moment. "We're not taking any risks." The TV personality pledged to his friends. "We always say, we'll talk about it again in a couple weeks or months or whatever when we talk about it." The 61-year-old Chris revealed that he had experienced something similar prior to his marriage to Amy in 2021 in an effort to reassure his friend, with whom he has recently become closer. He admitted, "I was worried about that too. It's not like I felt compelled to get married at the age of 59. But I've heard a lot of stories about long-term couples whose relationships took a turn for the worse as soon as they were married." In a confessional, the Lpbw actor disclosed that he and Karen thought about buying their Arizona home as a way to test the waters for their future relationship. He said, "We did discuss revisiting our wedding plans after the house is real, so we're beginning the process of, hey, does this change anything? Not necessarily, other than the possibility that you might sell your house and move in." We both reply. "We're weighing all of our options, and we very much respect and appreciate the concept of marriage and the principles behind it," Matt said. After dating for 6 years, Matt and Karen got engaged in April of last year, according to an exclusive report from Motion 24. At the time, the reality TV star declared, "I asked Karen to marry me, and she said yes." After 6 amazing years of dating, "Our plan is to enjoy our engagement, and we are looking forward to a simple but elegant wedding in 2024. Karen used to work at Roloff Farms, which is how the pair first met. Since then, Matt has talked about how thrilled he is to be engaged. He stated that he has been making TV shows and mostly just enjoying my engagement and time with Karen. In the caption of an Instagram image from May, "You all kept telling me to put a ring on her," the businessman said in a follow-up comment on the post, adding, "So I did." Prior to their 2015 divorce, Matt was married for 28 years to Amy, his co-star on Lpbw. More update. Is Zoc still upset about the failed Roloff Farms transaction and taking another small-minded jab at Matt? The family is divided as a result of Matt Roloff's recent engagement to Karen Roloff and their decisions regarding the farm, despite his most famous role as a patriarch in Little People, Big World. As the family's patriarch, Matt intended to pass Roloff Farms in Oregon to Zoc or a future kid. Matt and Zoc are at odds about one of the best reality TV shows. Zoc and Torrey Roloff's issues with Matt are not going away, and they go well beyond the Little People, Big World Season 26 set. Disclosures about the administration of Roloff Farm were made as a result of Matt's interactions with his followers on social media. During a protracted family dispute about the farm's future, Matt disclosed that Jacob Roloff has assumed a more prominent role than his siblings as the farm's manager. In response to this revelation, many criticized Matt, saying he didn't appreciate the work his other kids did. The criticism is likely warranted given how Matt and Karen's conduct on Little People, Big World Season 25, and later wrecked Roloff Farms and divided the entire family. Matt claims that he never actually intended for the farm to be passed down through the family, according to In Touch Weekly, which quoted quotes from a 2022 episode of Little People, Big World. However, that is now seen to be occurring in real time in Season 25. Before Season 24, the grandfather claimed, "I never said anybody would inherit it," as he prepared to sell the property. Chaos broke out despite his prior warning to his family. "I never said that anyone would inherit it." Negotiations with Zach and Jeremy Roloff were unsuccessful after Matt's declaration. Earlier in 2022, Zach protested that Matt's plan to sell a portion of the Oregon property would jeopardize the family's legacy. Despite Matt's claims that his boys were given a lower price, Zach was unhappy with the offer and stated that he and Jeremy had moved on to other projects. The family drama surrounding the farm sale has only gotten more serious as a result of Matt and Karen's engagement. Their disagreements around the sale of Roloff Farms are the direct cause of Garcia Zach's suspicion of her. Matt's child had been deeply involved in the farm's operations from a young age. When Matt chose to sell his portion of the property after divorcing Amy, Zach expressed interest in buying the north end of the land, which had particular significance for him. However, a confrontation resulted from Matt's insistence on charging more for it, forcing Zach and his wife Tori to move. Zach believed it was unfair and insulting to not inherit the property, or at the very least, not to have been duped by his father. Zach had lost faith in his father, despite his initial claims that everything was fine with family members. When Matt made the decision to temporarily rent out the main house, Zach was even more let down and felt deceived. Since the farm represented priceless memories and a potential legacy, Zach felt abandoned and demoralized. But its transformation into a commercial venture brought to light the erosion of trust between him and his father. Zach wasn't the only one, though, who felt taken by surprise by Matt. Since Amy also envisioned the farm as a part of the family tradition, she was taken aback when the drama started to fade. When she learned that Matt planned to sell the other half and that it wouldn't be given to their kids, she was devastated. She had been at odds with Matt since before the divorce, and this only made her distrust him more. Karen is obviously influencing Matt, despite the fact that she has drawn unjustified criticism from both viewers and cast members. They have had a somewhat self-centered relationship. Even though Matt should beat content no matter how old he gets, it seems unfair and hurried to sell the property in order to move on and begin a new life with his future wife. Karen admitted she wasn't very interested in running the property. After that, Jacob will oversee all facets of the company. Whether on or off Little People, Big World, Matt needs to reconsider his strategy if he wants to date Zach in the future, even though it's unclear how much of an impact she has. More update. Little People, Big World, Matt Roloff's favorite good meal. The show Little Individuals, Big World reveals one of Matt Roloff's favorite go-to-supper spots. It's a basic dish. Followers, however, don't take cooking into account. Matt Roloff didn't have to worry about cooking for himself when Amy Roloff was his wife. Loves to cook and bake. Her favorite room in the house is the kitchen. Usually, she shares her recipes with her online following. Additionally, they both like entertaining visitors to share her cuisine. He didn't enjoy her home-cooked dinners as much as he usually did, though, after the Little Individuals' massive World Firm members broke up. He therefore had to figure out how to prepare dinner for himself. He doesn't claim to be a skilled cook. Over the years, though, he has discovered a few easy dinner recipes. After splitting from Amy, Matt did find love again. For years, he and Karen Chandler have been together. And now that they are getting married, they built a house together. Karen acknowledges that she isn't the biggest culinary enthusiast. She therefore didn't spend as much time in the kitchen as Amy did. She does, however, prepare him dinners. But he needs to go back to his simple meals when she isn't around. When Matt is left to prepare his own dinner, he recently shared one of his favorite go-to dishes. He uses prepackaged rice, which you just need to reheat in the microwave. For 90 seconds, he puts it in the microwave. He adds a little soy sauce for flavor as soon as the rice is ready. However, the castmate from Little Individuals, Massive World, makes sure to eat protein. Consequently, he adds sardines to the rice. He clarifies that extra virgin olive oil is used to cook the sardines. He even incorporates the remaining sauce into the dish. Sardines, according to Matt, are his absolute favorite food. He believes that people are missing out on a very yummy meal if they don't eat sardines. Followers weren't impressed by Matt Roloff's favorite dinner. According to one individual, he cooks like each grandfather I've ever met. Another specific individual knows that he always had delicious meals when he was with Amy Roloff. It is therefore not stunning that he's bought to return to his bachelor cooking that they find out. Someone confesses that they adore sardines. They are unsure about their true feelings toward mixing it with soy sauce. Nevertheless, another individual doesn't even consider the cooking of his food. However, some fans of Little Individuals, Massive World, commend Matt for at least trying to prepare one meal for himself. Because their husband couldn't make himself a meal, one individual gives him a credit score. At least he's making his personal meals, remarks another individual. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.